Hello everyone. It's Benjamin Green here. As you can see, I'm in the beautiful Cape Town, but it is raining. It is winter this side. But today I want to share something that I had been reading in a book by MJ DeMarco called The Millionaire Fastlane. Now, I've been reading the sequel to that book called Unscripted. And there is something that he speaks quite a lot about in that book, and that is the Kai-zen Principle.
朋友是一个坚韧不拔的
Along with many other things. But some of the thoughts that I've come across while reading this book are the thoughts around debt and value. And why is it that some people create so much and some consume so much, and some are in debt and some have such a surplus of wealth? So today we're going to go over some notes. I'm going to introduce you to the Kai-zen Principle. The Kai-zen Principle is to endeavor to create tiny incremental improvements in your daily life with an aim for mastery over performance, while forsaking external comparisons unless such comparisons inspire. There's 3 components to the Kai-zen Principle that we'll be going over. Number 1, being tiny incremental improvements. Number 2, being mastery over performance. Number 3, being external comparison. Now, we're going to firstly go into tiny incremental improvements. The only metric is you and who you were yesterday. Are you moving the needle? The only competition is you. Now, something that I started doing is I started tracking my habits. I started tracking exactly what I did that day. Did I wake up at this time? Did I go to bed at this time? Did I fast until this time? How many articles did I read? Did I journal? Did I meditate? And once you begin tracking your habits daily, you sort of begin to compete with yourself throughout the week, or compete with yourself the previous day, or think about, what do I want to get done today, this week? And that creates a sort of game, a competitive game that you can play yourself, which happens to be quite fun. Now, at the end of the day, not only will I see all the habits that I did, but I also write down a score out of 100. I write down a score out of 100 of how focused I was, and then a score out of 100 of how much I achieved. So if I felt incredibly focused, I'll write 85, or 82, or 90. And if I got a lot done, I'll write 90 or 70 or 80, depending on how much I believe I delivered in terms of output. Now, the second thing, mastery over performance. Now, mastery over performance. Be the best at something you can be. I've got a friend who's started copywriting, and he's looking to become good at that. He's developing writing routines and writing rituals which allow him to get incrementally better at the writing process. It's only about getting better, which is you, versus being better, which is being better than others. So, it is important to sometimes look inwards rather than competing. And this is especially important if you're on self-improvement during high school. You are going to say, I want to quit weed, alcohol, video games, porn, all of that. And you're going to compete with your friends. You're going to say, look, none of my friends are doing what I'm doing. I'm doing all the good things. My friends aren't, because I'm on self-improvement. Leave them alone. Focus on you. What you're doing is you're mentally jerking off your ego. Of course, there are many people who are not doing those things. There are many people who are drinking and in debt and have addictions and play video games and stay up late and don't have a business, all those things. You are different, so don't compare yourself to them. Compare yourself to people who are doing things like you, or compare yourself to who you are, because you are not perfect. Even if you're on self-improvement, even if you have the best routine, you are far from perfect. The third point, external comparison. And this now directly correlates to the previous point. Comparison is the path to perpetual misery. Okay? Now, we previously spoke about comparing yourself to others who are not doing the same things as you, or comparing yourself to yourself. Now we're going to compare yourself to people who are ahead of you. Okay? You've been in the gym for 1 month. versus a sponsored athlete. You guys have not made the same sacrifices. It is unfair to compare one another. They have spent years eating right, training right, good sleep, good supplements, good recovery, sauna, all of it. You've been in there for a month. It is so unfair for you to compare yourself to them. But the Kai-zen Principle says, unless such comparisons inspire, unless you are 1 month in and you think not, oh, this 1 month is not working for me, but you think, I'm 1 month in, that guy's 2 years in, look where I could get to. Isn't that exciting? I want you to keep those things in mind. Tiny incremental improvements, mastery over performance, and external comparison. Only compare if it inspires. Don't compare yourself to people who are not doing the same things as you. If my brother's a lawyer and I'm a business owner and he gives me advice about business, I can't compare. He's doing a job, I'm doing business, as an example. And then a big one that I specifically want to focus on myself now is mastery over performance. I don't want to just do, let's say, 20 minutes of meditation. I want to do 5 minutes of meditation, but make sure that it's masterfully performed. I don't want to just bench 80 kilos, get comfortable with that, and then bench 90 and then bench 100. I want to master benching 80 kilos before I consider anything else. I want to master the bench press. I want to master my boxing before I move on to kicking. So don't just focus on performance, but focus on mastering individual specific things. You know? So instead of saying, wow, I did 100 cold calls today, I'm in copywriting or I'm in SMMA or coaching, I did 100 cold calls today, that's what I performed. Okay, how many appointments did I book? Oh, I got 10. But if I focus more on mastering rather than performing, I'll be far more motivated, because I'll see the day not as how many appointments can I book, but how can I move the needle? How can I master this behavior? And if you focus on that, you'll stay motivated, as well as chances are you'll book more appointments. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you gained something from this video. As you can see, it is literally like storming here in Cape Town. It's raining, it's fucking cold, I'm shivering, but I wanted to just chat to you guys about this. I'm gonna have some chow, I'm gonna get some work done, and I'm off my way to the gym to hit back, biceps, and a little bit of legs. Thank you for watching.